game, right? Like usually if someone in endgame is down to wood, it's like this is the flashing signs, right? It's like this guy has no materials. He does not have much. This is a free elimination. This is free points right here. So once you're down to that wood, like utilizing those armored walls is super efficient to try and keep yourself away from focus from, say, a height team, from a low ground team, especially if you're on like the dead side of the zone. You can place one on the wall, cover the majority angles, and be totally fine. So it's like there are a ton of counters in there when it comes to in-game, but hard to play.
I love that too, because when you think about it, right, like if you have none of these armored walls and you're able to like eliminate another duo rather that has not utilized them, because again, these are so pivotal, right? They can just buy you this massive window of survivability. And it's always like, do I use it now? Like, is it that time? Or maybe if I just wait this additional minute to make sure I can get this high ground, I can use it to secure something later. And it is that very like high risk, high reward, right? If you burn it too soon, you're going to get sprayed. Or maybe the storm moves away and you just don't get to utilize it at all. But at the same time, if you save it and you're like looking for that perfect opportunity, that opportunity may never present itself. So a lot of that is we're going to see these like kind of back and forth. It's always this constant mind game that I love to see in Fortnite specifically. And to kind of touch on like the speed, right? Like the TTK, the time to be eliminated, so to speak. I like the speed. TTE. Good. There we go.
Come on.
I like I'm trying, man. I'm keeping up. I'm doing my best. All right. I'm so old now. It just happened. The time to be eliminated is so much shorter, right? In the past, we've seen things like you walk around a corner with your pump shotgun out, you do 200, and that's it. The player's gone, right? And that's it. They can't even really like react. Now with this high speed meta, a lot of these players, they're gonna get beamed, but if you react quick enough, you can still catch yourself, right? You can still put up any kind of defenses or move away, hide behind these corners. So I'm curious to get your thoughts on the MK7 and the SMG. You guys talked about it, and I want to kind of dive into this subject. Specifically, let's start with the MK7. Red dot side, right? Brand new to Fortnite, completely changes things up. If you've not played with it, you need to hop into Fortnite and check it out. It's crazy, but one in particular, there's one that's the most deadly, and it's that mythic MK7, Reese.
Yeah, and right now it's in Sanctuary, right? You have to manage to get yourself through the foundation, the rock. He's going to try and rock bottom you, whatever he can do to get you out and to get himself. Oh, keep clutches on that. But right now it's Wolfie and Mr. J who are landed. There seems to be uncontested. They're going to manage to get the mythic MK7 to themselves. Like the fire rate on this thing is absolutely nuts. The kind of I almost want to say the downside of it is the fact that it uses so much ammo, and in this season the fact that ammo boxes are a lot rarer means that like there's not as much spray potential once you're just holding that thing down, because a lot of the times both players won't have an AR. But that's where the Stinger SMG comes in the other port.
I mean, I'll have to be honest. I think I've had that gun maybe twice. All the other times I've gone to the Sanctuary in order to get that MK7. Let's not talk about it. I mean, the rock is kind of ridiculous, and you might see some players go down today to that NPC. I mean, there is a way to do that for those of you that don't know. If you go up very high and use a harpoon, then you can eliminate the rock with fall damage. Such a weird sentence to say. I don't think I've ever would think to say that in my life. Yeah.
Imagine like you look to yourself like 3 years ago and you're like, look, you're going to be talking about eliminating the rock. On a broadcast in 3 years time from now.
It's every man's dream. But I mean, yeah, those are one of the ways you could do it. But a lot of people, you know, you're going to be very exposed if you're building up there in order to eliminate the rock from fall damage. So you're going to be exposed to other people. I've seen a lot of people fall with fall damage. It's a bit of a scary spot. Going through to the Stinger SMG that you mentioned, Zeke, I mean, that gun is going to be the primary loadout in almost every single player's. I mean, we've seen a sort of a difference of players' loadouts. We've got aggressive duos using Stinger SMG and MK7 together. We've had a few people try to use the Striker shotgun together with an SMG, but it's easier to just jump to a box with an SMG than to hit someone with a shotgun in the face. So I think we're going to see a lot of SMGs. Endgame is going to be very, very loud.
Let's hope so. That's what I live for. Really quickly, I'm getting word from the old bus driver. They're letting us know that we're going to redo game number 1 because not all of the duos made it in. We're just going to scrub that game. We're going to make sure that everyone can get in, and we'll play 6 matches today, so we won't miss out on any of the action. We have a little bit of time here before we can jump on the battle bus, which just means we get to pick Reese and Boop's brains, man. They're so good at this. They know how to break this all down. Let's backtrack, right? Let's go back to this list of our qualified players. We have 50 duos competing here in round number 3. This is just qualifier number 1. Now, we've talked about a few of these names here, right? We highlighted them. We kind of zero in on them. But let's talk about some of these other names that we haven't necessarily talked about. You've got someone like Scram in Ref's Guard, right? Scram going, let's go there in the intro of the show. He was super hype. How are you feeling about this duo coming into the competition today?
I mean, they're one of two duos who have been playing together since World Cup, right? They've been together for the longest time. Obviously, they were together in trios for a bit. They ended up splitting up after a while, but now they're back together in duos. You know, honestly, like the performances so far this season haven't been amazing. You know, I'm not going to lie. They haven't been through the roof. Not a single round 2 qualified of the Cash Cups. So it's like, you know, there hasn't been huge performances from them specifically, but they've been doing well in FNCS. They're a super experienced team. So potentially this is their time to shine.
Yep. And the two teams that I actually want to look at here is Gambit 2 and Sputrik and Mustache and Malabuka. Now, these guys both land at Camp Cuddle together, so we're going to see some spicy things going on there. But you got to be a little bit careful because, you know, these are two very aggressive duos. They're going to butt heads, but we have seen them sort of split it sometimes as well, though. So I wonder if they're going to try to play aggressively with each other, but more than likely, we'll just see them wait for each other and then rotate away from each other.
Yeah, I think another super important top pick here would be Stormy Wright and Kiriachi. You can see in the middle, second down there. Landing in Logjam Lumberyard. Now, these guys have been contested off spawn the majority of times by, sometimes it's Seti's team who is there with Chapix, who unfortunately hasn't qualified today. Sometimes it's Juriki and iDrop, and these fights go back and forth. But today they have this drop spot all to themselves. So they're looking really strong off spawn. Again, these guys are both FNCS champions, Chapter 2 Season 7 trios alongside 2 at the same time, who obviously Boop just mentioned here. They are super experienced when it comes to FNCS. They are super good duos. I remember Kiriachi all the way back in Chapter 2 Season 2 was an absolute top player back there, someone to be feared at the time. And hey, an entire chapter later, same thing's happening.
It always be like that, right? Once a terror, always a terror, always a menace to the lobby. It just be like that in Fortnite, man. Now, we do have a little bit of time here to hang around with as we prepare for the battle bus. We're kind of finding our seats. We'll be last aboard, of course, with Shy Wager Unlimited 2K. But until then, you guys got to check this out. We put together this piece called Storm Chasers. It's testing these players' ability to predict where the storm is going to go. And, of course, we have to give them points so that one of them can be the winner. Oh, yeah, what else? What more do you want? Let's check this out.
Okay. A bit left to Sleepy Sound. Yeah, it's good like that.
On the mountain, like top of Shifty. Like that, yeah.
I'm going like the hill above Shifty, a bit left of that. Yeah, okay. This is my guess here.
On the road above Shifty Shafts Mountain. Like on the road above, like between the mansion. Yeah, up there.
Let's say Logjam. A lot of zones they pull in more. Like you can't pick a center location. A lot of the time it's not going to be a center location. It's not going to be. I don't think it's going to be Shifty, but it will be somewhere around Shifty. I was thinking Logjam, so it's going to pull in. I think it's going to be somewhere around Logjam, in between Shifty and Logjam.
Nice, fully over.
Oh, that's a good one.
Center?
I got 1 point. Okay, that's good, that's good. Not looking good for the next zone though.
Nice. It's going to go up next, isn't it?
Oh, okay. So now it's a 50-50 if it goes to the right or to the left, but we hope for the left, of course.
Okay, yeah.
That's 2 points, nice.
Yeah.
It goes to the right.
Okay, I would be out anyways though.
Unlucky.
Okay. So, a bit right to the lake south side. Yeah, there. Yeah, there. There it's good.
I don't know, I feel like a little greasy zone. Yeah. Like on the hill right under greasy. Like that. Yeah.
Under Greasy, there's like a group of trees under Greasy. Yeah, okay, that's right. That's good.
Right next to Greasy Grove, like the road. Yeah, like right there.
I would say Tilted or Rocky Reels, but I've been showing up last one picking Tilted, so I'll pick Rocky Reels. Go on the bridge in between. Yeah, that.
It goes to the right. Not close.
Okay, Never mind. River is not for good luck.
No. No. So far off.
Okay. We're not going to be in next then, are we? Yeah, great. Should have picked Rocky.
There you have it. Their ability to predict the storms, pretty dang good. And of course,
I was going to say the opposite. All right, okay.
I was trying to be nice about it, Reese. Come on, man.
Look, we're sitting here in the back. We got them all wrong anyway. So, you know, we're just
I didn't even try. I was like, you know what? There's no way. I would have already been eliminated. I would have touched on the ground, opened one chest, and already been eliminated. Tap was aboard the battle bus. So we're scrapping that game and watch FNCS together. There's, I mean, all kinds of incredible things there. There's a super dope battle bus run. I mean, there's all these games that you can win and compete against each other, glows to purchase. So many incredible things to check out. So please just take a couple minutes out of your day. Go check it out. I promise you will not be disappointed. Now, with that being said, we do have about a minute before we jump on the bus and then we begin the competition. Is there anything you guys want to talk about? There's a few things I feel like I want to kind of touch on, but you know, Boop, I'm kind of curious. I'm going to come to you.
Yeah.
I'm just going to throw you right into the fire, my friend. What do you want to talk about?
Well, I'm not going to go too analytical. I'm just going to say this to the players. The reason why the battle bus didn't go is because you guys didn't thank the bus driver. I saw a statistic on Twitter before. About 30% of players actually thanked the bus driver in Grand Royale. I mean, obviously this guy's not going to do his job well, so you guys need to thank the bus driver. Otherwise, you're just going to get left behind.
I hope you realize I'm going to be laser focused, eyes straight on that feed, seeing who is, who isn't. This time, I think, you know what? We've got the best of the best stats man behind Prodigy. I think we need to actually see exactly who hasn't thanked the bus driver. You know, deduct some points.
Punish them.
Wow. Yeah. Wow. There you go. From the analytical minds of Reese Hub and Boop. Make sure you thank the bus driver. They are constantly working day in and day out, chauffeuring 100 players per match times whatever the number of matches are all happening at the same time globally. The least you could do is just give them a little thank you. Just a little, you know, hey, appreciate you. We appreciate what you do. I'm going to jump off and go get myself a victory. Boy, ow. All right, but you guys know what that means. It's time. We got 2 minutes before we jump in, so we got to jump back over. We got 11-2K, we got Shy Wagers. They're going to break down what they're excited about as we prepare for the games, and then we kick off the competition. Back over to you.
Thanks so much, Zeke, Reese, and Boop. That was some encyclopedic knowledge, a bookshelf worth of just facts there, 11. That's like impressive, first of all, to hold it down like that. And now we're kind of getting into it. The issue I have, 11, right now is I'm too excited. I don't know how to calm down. Game 1 of 6, and it's not even, you know, off the bus yet.
Yeah, look, it happens, man. It's been a while. It's been a couple months, actually. It has been quite a while since we've had games of this level. And so, yeah, I just want to dive right into it. I'll be honest, I didn't know those bus driver statistics. I just don't thank the bus driver. Look, that's his job, mate. You know, I'm sorry. Look, I'm that guy. I'm not thanking the bus driver.
I mean, I guess that's why I win more games than you, and that's just how it goes. You got to be polite to make sure you get a delightful win at the end of the day. But puns aside, you know, that the game number 1, we talked about the importance a little bit of it right before, you know, the last time we were on Screen 11. Having a good start, how much does that mean to a player's mental? You've scrimmed with some of these players in the past. How does the vibe, you know, kind of change up?
Yeah, look, you want to start how you mean to finish. I think the big thing is certain players, you know, very young guys, you know, players who are still maturing, they can allow it to get to them sometimes, right? And you don't want to let that throw off your rhythm. A lot of these players, not a lot of these players, all of these players were just playing not too long ago, right? And so if you have your rhythm, if you're feeling good, you don't want to allow one bad start to off-rail that and really affect your chances of being able to make it to the finals. So first game doesn't go your way, look, you got time to reiterate, think about what went wrong, and go back again in the second.
Yeah, I mean, there's tons of different ways to analyze it all. And I like the fact that you bring up rhythm. You know, there's definitely an ebb and flow inside the game. I feel like sometimes I'm just watching music while, you know, these players are running around the entire map. But that first song is almost starting, and there'll be 6 in total to go. You know, what point threshold there is, so many different questions that'll all happen after we see who gets that first victory royale. The end games have kind of been changed to be a little bit longer. We've got Spider-Man's Web Gauntlets as well to make sure mobility is insane for every team if they have them. And then, of course, all the POIs around the map have changed as well. So many brand new things in this FNCS, and the most important is that it's duos. If you haven't watched, well, don't worry, it's game 1.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are back. FNCS Qualifier 1, round 3. 50 duos, 8 spots, 2 excited casters. Shayo, there is nobody I'd rather spend this moment with than yourself, so I can't wait to get right into it.
Absolutely, likewise, my friend. You can see the entire map has switched up. We have the desert, we got some snow, some grass on the field, but most importantly, new spots, power players. You can see on the right side, Thomas HD, Vino as well on the bottom right, who just won this last round. The best performance that we saw, but the best drop that Thomas on the top right is flying to is Covert Cavern. Guaranteed launch pads, but also 3 Titan duos who are fighting. Only one will make it out alive.
Yeah, since the spot's been added, lots and lots of action has gone down here. It plays a big part in how the games will continue to play. And you see instantly Thomas and Tayson with the better landings, forcing Joe and Vino to scurry away. But that's not it, right? There are still plenty of players in Covert, and there's still plenty of loot to be had. So while these guys had the upper hand just for now, things can quickly change. And so it's going to be about getting that loot as quickly as possible, getting yourself a loadout, and getting ready to really just go down and fight it up.
Yeah, a lot of duos, a lot of players were on go before set and ready, though, right before this all started already. 5 duos down, lays in with a few eliminations in the feed. Vino and Joe actually wrap all the way around and actually end up somewhere else beside Covert Cavern. Thomas HD and Tayson, though, will have the majority of the loot to rock with at the very start. I like Thomas on any team, by the way, a new duo. You might see him playing last year in different trios and cash cups. He changes everyone's dynamic to always be the first step. He's always there before and making the first move before his opponents. That's why I feel like he's so powerful and why he likes that sniper rifle so much as well.
Yeah, it's been a long time in terms of Tayson in this duo, right, where he's had to sort of lead someone with him, and who better to lead than Thomas, right? You know, you give this guy an inch and he will take a mile, and so with the vault also available to them, right, even if you aren't the team actually at Covert that initially gets the key card and opens the vault, there's so much loot in there that duos will just roll in afterwards, and it's going to be, you know, really, really easy for you to find yourself a cheeky amount of shields and loot as well. So really, really nice so far. Pink actually going to get the reboot, but he's going to try to get away.
And did you see that? That's insane. That's a new mechanic. I'll explain in just a second. But Pink almost getting an os up. Thomas HD did not have a line of sight on Pink right there. He shot a tree behind him. Some trees actually fall down like logs and end up doing damage, displacing enemies. And because of this awesome lumberjack type action, Pink has now gone into a completely different game. He was about to be with a teammate up, ready to loot again. One chop of a tree, one block, and now he's just gone.
Yeah, and I'll be real to you, Pink. It's not great. If you want to be able to call a spot Pink split, you got to really, you know, be able to put in the work there. He takes down Snazy there, which is obviously going to be nice, but wasn't able to get his teammate Anas up. There will still be time to do that in this lobby, but initially here, Pink and Anas not getting off to the brightest of starts.
Thomas and Tayson, though, they're looking really good, just racking up all the show possible as well. Chuck Splashes, if you guys have been keeping up with the content that Fortnite Competitive has been putting out, you will know that splashes have kind of spread around the entire map now. It's not just Slurpee and a few set POIs that have now that can kind of benefit